traders, and welcome to the Forex Focus, the show where we look ahead at the opportunities that could be setting up in the major currency pairs for the week ahead. Now before we get into it, please remember that all of the opportunities and trades I'm looking at are not investment advice in any way whatsoever and for educational purposes only. I'm simply showing you what I'm looking to do with my own account in a bid to really kind of help you get to grips and become a consistently profitable trader in the FX market. So without further ado, let's jump across to the charts and take a look at what opportunities are presenting themselves this week. So let's start off by taking a look at this Australian dollar trade. Now what we can see here on the daily chart is that the market has been moving down for quite some time now. So it's been respecting this downward sloping trend line, and then it kind of went on a little bit of a steeper downwards journey more recently and created another downward sloping trend line, which is probably best viewed on the 4-hour chart over here. Now the market has literally just broken through this in the past week, and it looks like, although the market has broken to the downside in the open, we're looking at this on Sunday right now, we do have an opportunity to buy this pair if the market were to break up above this resistance level over here at the 0.7306 level. You could trade that up to the trend line over here, which if you take a look at it again on the daily chart, is this downward sloping trend line there. So not a long-term trade, but certainly an opportunity to be able to take a little bit of profit as the market kind of gets dragged towards this level here, at which point we'll then be looking for an opportunity to sell. Looking at the euro-dollar chart, so the euro-dollar chart is at a major level of resistance. What we're looking for here is a continuation of this previous downwards move over here. So there was quite a lot of selling pressure there. The market then went sideways for a little bit, sold to the downside, broke back up, and now looks like it's struggling with it a little bit. We've kind of got two opportunities here. If the market breaks up above this level, okay, and we can see that on the 4-hour chart there, if the market breaks up above this level, then we can look for opportunities to start buying, and we'll kind of have clear water up until the next resistance area over here. Then if we get above that, then all the way up to these highs. However, what I would prefer to see, and what is probably more likely, is that we'll get some sort of a 1, 2, 3 reversal at this resistance level here, and then an opportunity to sell back down towards this initial support over here for a good risk reward trade. So that's kind of what I'm looking at next week. Could trade it in both ways, but I really would prefer the sell to the downside. The pound dollar took quite a bit of a battering on Friday's trading, as it kind of became apparent that there may be a no deal with the Brexit negotiations. So that's something that's weighing very, very heavily on sterling at the moment. And is something that we shouldn't just completely ignore, even though we are in the midst of a little bit of a pullback and a bit of a short-term uptrend. As you can see here, the momentum is no doubt towards the downside. And what I would anticipate we may see with tomorrow's trading and this week's trading is some sort of a consolidation around this level where it is now, followed by a further break to the downside. Now, when we get the break to the downside, this is a short-term trend line to the upside, so I wouldn't be surprised at all if that is broken. However, I would have an eye on the markets when it approaches that level, because if the market starts to stall around there, I'll be looking to take my profits and get out. Moving on to the New Zealand dollar, when the chart eventually loads, it's being a little bit slow today, so forgive me for that. But as you can see here with the New Zealand dollar, we are in a massive downtrend. As you can see here on the daily chart, the market is moving down, 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 down. And what we have here, which you can probably see better from the 4-hour chart here, is the market is playing with a previous level of support, which then became resistance over here. So we had the support level over here, the market bounced along it, it broke down, it came back, treated it as resistance, not once but twice, and sold off. Broke down. We traded this to the upside last week, as you can see, but as we come to this resistance area here, I'm going to be looking for the market to roll over and probably jump down to something like a 1-hour chart to get a 1, 2, 3 reversal or something like that. Or if we get a very compelling candlestick pattern on the 4-hour or the daily chart, I'd also be willing to take that to the downside. The dollar CAD is trading at the lows. This one, I'm favoring a trade to the upside, although like the euro dollar, it's one that's at quite a significant level. So if it does break this level here, And in fact, let's look at it on the 4-hour charts. So you can see that the market has been kind of ranging through this area here. It's down at this support level. Now, what I prefer to see is a bit of a 1, 2, 3 reversal and a break to the upside towards these highs over here, which is where I'd initially look to take profit. However, if we don't get that and the market breaks beneath this level, then we've really got sort of like a clear water trade all the way down to the lows over here of 1.2534. So we could trade this both ways. I'd prefer to trade a reversal to the upside. However, I'm completely open to selling this if the market breaks and gives us some nice price action below that level. Now, looking at the dollar franc, so the dollar franc has been selling off. I think that this is a chart that's going to continue to be weak. You can see that we broke structure very recently over here on the daily chart, and we've held below that. We've come down to a previous level of support over here, and then it kind of was a little bit of resistance here. But the big level is this one down here. So what I wouldn't be surprised to see is the market do a little bit of consolidation around here, maybe pull back to the 100 moving average on the 4-hour chart, and then any opportunities to sell, I'm going to be all over that and looking to take that to the downside. So we'll have to see how that plays out there. In terms of trades to the upside, you know, you could look at it on a shorter term basis, but you've got to look at the momentum of the rest of the charts, and everything else is pointing to a sell trade. So that's what I'm going to be looking at. Finally, with the dollar yen is at a previous high there, as you can see on the daily chart. So we can see that the market's kind of been moving up and up. We've been looking for an opportunity in this particular pair here. What I would like to see is I'd like to see the market rally up into this resistance area over here and then give us a reversal pattern at that resistance level, at which point I'll be more than happy to sell. In the short term, if you take a look at the 1-hour chart here, you will see that the market has been respecting this upwards sloping trend line. So every time it's come back to that upward sloping trend line, you can see it's bounced off of it, gone off, bounced off, gone off, bounced off, come off. And it's coming back to that level here. So I would not be surprised if that is the catalyst for the market to bounce from there and trade on up to this resistance level, which is where ultimately we're going to be looking for the reversal and that sell trade. Okay, so that wraps up this week's Forex Focus. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it's a little bit different to what we've been doing more recently, which is the morning majors, but I've had some emails come in. I've had some suggestions from some sort of like some loyal members that have been with us for years and years and years, and they kind of don't like the fact that the morning majors aren't as predictable in terms of when they come out, and they think if I were just to do one video every week, and then sort of some trade ideas in between, that would be better for them. So this is going to be the new structure going forwards. I'm going back to the Forex Focus, which is basically the major trade analysis for all of the major currency pairs. Comes out on a Sunday, gives you the opportunity to kind of go through your charts and work your plan. And then if I see any interesting opportunities throughout the week and I have time, then I'll put a video together for that for you as well. Okay, so I hope you all enjoyed it. Please remember, give us a thumbs up. Like, follow, all of that kind of good stuff. Share the video. Let's really try and grow this community. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll take care and I'll see you very, very soon.